Oh, men should never take a paternity leave. Not because there's anything wrong with taking care of the family, but because you don't want people to think you're a lesbian. Okay, I didn't read the end of that, dude. Hold on.
My guest today is a professional comedian with a tour called Jokes for Humans. But the yes or no game is no laughing matter. This is very, very serious, and I intend to win against my guest, John Crist.
Let's do it, brother.
John, thank you for being here.
We shake hands?
Well, for now. We'll see how the game goes.
Wow.
If you want to play the game, not against John, he won't come to your house, but you can play against your friends and family, dailywire.com/shop. You can get the expansion packs. You can't get my drink, but you can probably find that at the liquor store. I have to have scotch today.
You gotta have scotch. This is new.
This is new.
You
Usually,
always have a martini.
I have a martini, and I don't want to call anyone out or anything, but my assistant Molly broke my glass.
It's her fault. Okay.
It is her, and
I was thinking this is a power play because you normally, and I was thinking maybe if this is a little stronger, you were maybe a little bit more nervous about this.
I am. It's very hard to keep up with a comedian.
See, I'm already on top.
This is a glass of pure vodka, I think, right?
Straight.
Yeah. Okay.
And people drink it with Pebble Ice. That's very
a little vodka
that's
slushy.
very common.
Yeah, right.
You know, and you're like, I've never seen that. You go into a bar, can I get a straight vodka with slushy ice?
It'd be great.
They're like,
machine.
Interesting. Now, is the watch part of the strategy or no? It's a nice watch.
Thank you. This watch, this is a true story. I had a knockoff, a Chinatown knockoff of this in high school.
Yeah.
And I finally decided when Ben Shapiro sent me my first paycheck, which was like 2 weeks ago.
And that's how he makes you say it.
Yes.
It's Ben Shapiro.
You gave it. I said, great, I can invest in a watch.
Yeah.
This game, the clock is ticking. We have, I think, under an hour.
I'm ready.
To see who knows the other one better.
Interesting. And we've done a little bit of research on each other, peripherally.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like if I shaved, I would look like you.
But now you look like Matt.
Yeah, now I look like Matt, yeah.
Number one, you have to guess how I would answer this.
Got it.
Moses would be a Republican. Bonus, you're right, but bonus, why?
Open borders. You left Egypt, dude. Come on. What do you mean? Open borders.
I was thinking he might be more akin to a monarchist, but no, you're right, the open borders.
Yeah,
that
left.
Man is traversing.
He's like, I'm out of here.
Wow.
You're stuck in Egypt. He said, no, we're not. I'm leaving.
My land now.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Land now, dude. Moses, for sure.
I'm going to drink just for that beautiful answer.
You take it back.
Yeah,
I thought you leave it here.
I say if I get it wrong, I have to drink.
Okay.
If I get it right, I get to drink.
Oh, I like that. So it's not like without of arm's reach. You can't because you got it wrong. All right.
You're up.
Well, Moses, let me think. I mean, the plagues, he called those down. Let me see, what else did he do? Oh, he had that, he killed somebody. Soft on crime.
Soft.
Moses? Yeah, dude, for sure. Dude. He killed somebody, they go, just go, go out in the desert for a little bit. But no, there was no one ever came down on him?
Nope, no Tom Holland
served
back
no
in
time?
No.
Yeah, for sure a Democrat.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Easy.
All right, my turn?
You're up.
Going to Disney sucks. It's really just a way for cocky parents to test their family's resilience. Going to Disney sucks.
Obvious.
For sure.
Obviously. I've never done it with my family. I did it when I was a kid. I've never since.
Never with yours?
No, not with my, since I'm a father.
Well, I think I never forget this story. One of my buddies, Randy, he took his 4 kids, Disney, you can do like 5 parks. How many parks are down there?
Yeah.
So many. And they took him to Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Animal Planet, what's it called? Animal Kingdom?
Song of the South.
All of them, yeah. And one day, he told me this story when he got back to the office. He said one day it rained, so we couldn't go to any of the parks, and we were staying at like the Motel 6. Yeah. And he goes, there was a pond out back, and his kids went and caught crawdads in the pond because they were just bored. Yeah. And on the way home, they said, what was your favorite part, dude? what was your favorite part of the week? And they said catching the crawdads.
Of course.
Behind the not hotel.
No.
Motel. And he
6.
said, I will never do this again.
Yeah, well, that's nice. So he spent probably $10,000 or something.
Dude, for
And
sure.
they got great crawdads. So that's good.
Yeah, because you know kids, after, when do your kids melt down? After how many hours?
Being out,
Yeah.
2 starts.
Max.
Max.
Yeah. So you get there, you're in the park, you're not getting into the amusement park until 2 hours.
No.
Since waking them up,
Yeah.
tram, parking lot, oh, you got to buy now. And then you get in there, we want some chicken fingers.
No.
No.
Plus, I don't know. I need to get my ratings up before I can afford the fast pass, where you actually get to cut the lines and
I
everything.
was going to say ratings with your family, they rate you?
They do.
Yeah,
They're going to rate me low if I take them to Disney.
All right, here we go.
In 15 years or so, scientists will discover the health benefits of seed oils. You have to guess what I would say. Mr. Davies, could you please give me a point?
I say no. Wait, is it?
They will. Here's why.
You think so?
Even because the seed oils are of the devil. We all
Yeah.
agree they're poison. They cause inflammation or whatever. They turn the frogs.
And which are the popular ones?
The canola,
Okay.
which is canola was the rebrand, I think, of something called rapeseed oil.
Okay.
No, that's not a joke.
All right.
There's
Could have
corn.
used a rebrand.
I could. It
Well,
was a glow
if
up.
there's
for
anyone,
sure.
if there's anyone overdue for a rebrand,
It was good old rapeseed oil. But so now they're the devil and everyone hates them.
Mm-hmm.
However, the thing about science is it's largely fake.
Yeah.
So every 15 years, everything in popular, especially nutritional science,
Yeah.
changes. Remember when
Yeah.
they flipped the food pyramid?
Yeah.
So I bet it's not. I'm not coming out as pro seed oil. I'm just saying this is more a referendum on science than it is
Yeah.
on rapeseed oil.
and read the question again. So hold on. You're saying
In 15 years or so, yes,
Yeah.
scientists will discover the health benefits of seed oils. Because now they've just discovered why they're bad, but they're going to say why it's good. Just like with
so they
coffee.
currently think they're bad.
Yes.
Well, because we had a thing about the the cold plunge.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's on it. And when was it? Last summer. Everybody's obsessed with it. And then they were like, oh wait, this is actually just putting you're having a mini heart attack. That's why you're so amped up all day. You're like, I have so much energy. You just almost went into paralysis.
Yeah.
Your body went into shock, and it was like, pump the blood everywhere. We're drowning.
Yes. Did you ever do it?
Never once.
No, me neither.
And turns out that's not good for your body.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
sorry.
like, what? Well, we thought. Everybody's like, I can send so many more emails at work. You're like, how is this a benefit?
Well, luckily,
Yeah.
right when that became popular,
Yeah.
everyone had just taken a clot shot, mRNA
Yeah.
vaccine,
Yeah,
and had started doing
yeah.
a bunch of 6 milli lip pillies.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
their
yeah.
hearts were
These are
already
swats.
begging, just saying, please don't, no, not the cold plunge.
Yeah.
I know. You know what I do instead of the cold plunge?
What's that?
I take a nice warm shower in the morning, like a normal
Yeah.
person.
You just wake up and say a prayer, and then I go to work.
And I maybe
yeah.
have a cup of coffee.
And then we're so insane because they're putting ice in there, and they're going to the Arctic, and then there's retreats, cold plunge retreats. I go, just forgive your parents.
Yeah.
This is
okay,
too much,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
It's okay. Hey, I'm depressed too.
Yeah.
It's fine, dude.
You got your dad's phone number right there.
Just call him and say, Dad, I'm coming home for Christmas. Yes. Maybe the seed oils weren't the problem, dude. All right, here we go. Sent in by a listener.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, actually. The Diddy files are worse than the Epstein files, but we likely won't get to see either.
I'm going to say, guaranteed, we're not going to see either. But
Yeah.
the Diddy files are worse than the Epstein files. You would say.
What would I say? Hold on, let me think what I say about this.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready. I think the Epstein files are worse.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I agree that you would also think that, which I happen to agree.
What's the score?
No one knows. No one knows.
Not even
The letter
track.
B. I
Yeah.
think.
Well,
Because the Diddy stuff was widespread. It went on
Yeah.
for a long time. But to me, it seems like usual Hollywood
just
degeneracy.
yeah. There's no ulterior. It's just a bunch of people not having boundaries.
Yes, the Epstein
And that's how
thing,
it goes.
That seems like
Yeah.
an international spy ring or
Yeah,
something, right?
yeah.
I think, yeah. Although maybe people say Diddy's a Fed. Kanye West said Diddy was a Fed, but Kanye West says a lot of things.
Yeah,
so,
Kanye West. It should be, do you believe Kanye West in everything or nothing? And we have to choose. Yeah. I mean, I think the Epstein, there's a little bit more money and power.
Yeah.
Diddy said, I got $5 million to bet. They're like, $5 million, dude, what?
Are you kidding me?
No,
it's the canapé budget of one Epstein dinner.
I make this afternoon.
Yeah.
It tends to be more sinister, I think, because there's more. Plus, what's Diddy doing it in New York City?
Yeah.
Or you're like, dude, talk to me when you got to fly to a private island.
An island off the other island
Yeah.
that you have to land in. Yeah.
Yeah, because they know what the international law is. Now, granted, there's not many laws in New York City.
That's true.
But if you go, yeah, where are you going to the Diddy party? Yeah, floor 6.
Yeah.
We're like, what?
Fine.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I don't know. We'll be in the parking garage, dude. Well, who's in jail? Diddy's in jail currently.
Diddy is in jail, but Epstein was in jail. And they're probably
He
both
was
going to
in
end up in
jail,
the same
yeah.
place.
Is he still alive? What's they end up in the same place?
No, he's not alive. They're both going
What's that joke? Oh, I thought you meant hell.
And hell also, and after that.
That's I know.
I do
was
not
to make sure everybody got that joke.
I don't think Epstein is still alive. Do you?
No, Tupac is, but Epstein.
Tupac
no,
certainly
Tupac's
is.
alive
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, Epstein.
And Biggie killed Epstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Epstein is. Yeah, I don't believe he's alive. Granted, I didn't know who he was before.
No.
Did anyone?
This is what happens in the news, though, is there's like a news story,
Yeah.
and then everyone reads half an article
Yeah.
or like 4 tweets,
Yeah.
and just becomes an expert on it.
Yeah, of
It's
that
like
guy.
I was saying 45 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. I like those TikTok investigators. Remember when the murder happened here in Nashville?
Yep.
Not the murder, sorry, the kid that went in the river.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember that? There's all these like guys in their apartments like, all right. I'm like, what? What? Hold on, guys, be quiet. Let's hear this guy out. Hold on. Let's hear this guy out. He's unemployed, but I think he knows. I think he knows.
He read some tweets.
Guys, be quiet. Let's listen to the real, not the news, no.
There's so much more to say. First, though, go to goodranchers.com, use code Knowles. This Christmas season is about tradition. Gathering around the table with family, sharing meals together, celebrating what makes America great. But between the crowded grocery stores, the questionable meat sourcing, preparing that perfect Christmas feast has become more stressful than it should be, which is why I trust Good Ranchers. You know, the deeper reason I trust Good Ranchers is that they have the best meat, 100% American meat, no antibiotics, no hormones, premium steakhouse quality cuts. They have the best meat at insanely low prices, come right to your door, pre-trimmed, individually vacuum sealed. It's just out of control. For Christmas, you've got to make sure you stock up on your Good Ranchers. Do it for your Christmas dinner, but do it also for gifts. You can get luxury gift boxes. You can get the Michael Knowles box. It's just fantastic. Good Ranchers, code Knowles right now. You will get to pick a free gift that is included in every box for a year, plus $25 off your order and free express shipping. Go to goodranchers.com. Use code Knowles, Canada WLAS, to claim this exclusive offer. Goodranchers.com, American meat delivered.
All right, here we go.
People say Democrats have no sense of humor, but that's not true. They're always talking about women's rights.
Looking at the camera.
Yeah, they are. They're always talking about women's rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And you said then they got a good sense of humor?
Yeah, well, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm just saying they're talking about it. It's a fact. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
They are
that's
talking
fine.
about it.
Yeah, that's all right.
I would say. I would say the right has a better sense of humor
For sure.
in terms of
Why
they
though?
made jokes. You know what? I think every time I spend a lot of time making jokes around right-leaning things.
Yeah.
NASCAR, college football. I would say we used to do a thing on our podcast where you used to choose, is it right or left? We used to do car brands, Chevy, right or left. You just guess, Ford, right or left,
For some reason, I would say Chevy left.
That's what we'd always do this. So we're like, what is NASCAR, right or left?
NASCAR's right.
Yes. Yeah, without saying it.
Yeah.
They pray
Yeah.
to Jesus, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't watched it.
Live.
Really?
They pray to Jesus live before the race,
That's great.
which I don't know what, they're like, God, please keep us safe. We're
Yeah.
going to fire these
Ford's
things up."
definitely on the right. Ford was a little
sure.
bit. He was kind of extreme on the right.
Yeah, but not what is the Ford Focus might be left.
That's true.
But Ford
Henry
is
is rolling over in his grave.
Ford as a brand,
Yeah.
it would be
They
right.
put out newspapers and things. It was
Yeah.
it was in the past.
Tesla could go either way.
You're right. You're like the libertarians.
Yeah.
Like Elon's a libertarian.
Yeah.
Libertarians sometimes they have purple
Could
hair.
go either
and-
way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or they're just give me my money and my guns.
But the Democrats, I would say, You go to a NASCAR race and you're making fun of that. They're like they have a mullet and they have like a overalls and like Crocs on.
Yeah.
But they know. They know they're in on it.
Yes.
They're like, yeah, we know this is funny. Get me in your video.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's never anything. Where would be the funnest left-leaning activity? That they're like having a good joking time. Because everything's very serious and speech is very protected.
Truly, the nearest would be just doing drugs. That's
Pretty fun.
But the thing is, I've always found I've never done hard drugs, and even if I had a little of the devil's lettuce,
That's one of the prompts.
Even if I had on occasion maybe a little of the old sin spinach, I found it made other things sometimes seem funnier, but I got much less funny.
Okay, yeah, you weren't as funny.
I just got stupider.
You weren't on it.
I wasn't on it.
Not like you're on it right now.
Dumb. Yeah, exactly.
You're like, I got to get hammered if I'm going to go to this WNBA game to enjoy it. I mean, I guess that
would be funny. That would be a funny.
But everything seems so serious.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we'll open it up to everybody. I'm sure mostly right-leaning people are watching this, but we'll come. Me and you.
Yeah.
We'll go. Tell us a left-leaning fun event.
Yeah.
We'll go.
Please.
We'll go learn.
Yeah, and we'll never have to leave our homes.
Here we go. Now this one, at least grammatically, is going to be easy to choose.
Okay.
A small colony will be established on Mars in our lifetime. Now let's get a couple things straight here. How long are we living? I'm 40.
I'm 34.
Okay. Where are you going to put us to 80, 90?
If we're lucky, I don't know.
Or they might come up with some seed oils.
Right.
And we could go 120.
Silicon Valley wants us to live to 500. I don't really want to live to 500.
I know.
So you're talking 60 years is a stretch. That's like the crazy
So let's
stretch.
say 50.
Yes.
Max.
Colony on Mars in 50 years.
And what is a colony?
What is a woman?
Matt?
I don't know.
I would say, how many people? Does that have to be like the Mayflower?
It has to
be
the
Mayflower
like the
equivalent,
like the
Christopher Columbus equivalent, led by Elon Musk. Imagine Elon Musk then in 1492 with that 600 years, then he gets canceled, like Christopher Columbus.
And then they discover that he's secretly a converso Jew. They found that out. Did you hear that about Columbus? Yeah, I don't know if I believe it.
After all this time.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Okay, a colony on Mars will be established in our lifetime.
Yes.
I say no.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way.
That's all fake.
Yeah.
Because there's no such thing as outer space.
Wow. What is up there?
Did I?
You can go for it. Yeah.
No, I believe in outer space. I believe in the spherical.
Okay, I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories. I didn't know that was one of them.
The flat Earth and the sort of the celestial.
And they just made it.
Crystal dome.
Okay, nobody's been up there.
Yeah, but I believe in outer space.
Yeah,
and I believe that Mars exists. But we're not going.
We're not going.
We're not going.
Listen, my roommate who goes, dude, he heard about Elon going to Mars, and he goes, they're looking for people, and he goes, I'm going to apply. I go, dude, what contribution? You've made no contributions to Earth, my guy. We're sitting here at 2:30 in the afternoon. You got Dorito dust on your fingers, saying you can't cook, you can't harvest, you can't fix anything.
Can he fly like nuclear powered jet craft or no?
He's on Southwest.
Yeah.
Sea boarding crew. Where are you going, dude? You got a long way to go.
They're not going.
Before you contribute to Mars.
Yeah.
If people want to go to Mars, just say, again, just forgive your dad, number one, or just say you want to end your life.
Yeah.
And then we'll give you some antidepressants.
It would be a suicide trip.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Also, Earth is nice.
Have you seen any of the photos of Mars?
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the moon?
Yeah.
What?
Who would want to go there? Earth is beautiful and wet and verdant.
And you can put a seed in the ground and food comes out.
And then you can harvest it and squeeze the oil out of the seed.
Tell us anywhere in the universe where that exists and we'll
Yeah, it's total. The Mars thing is fake news. You likely are not going to heaven unless you physically break the surface of the water when you're baptized. Hold on. Now, what do you?
I got it. Hold on.
This was clearly written by my evangelical Protestant producer.
But that's about something of it. That's something of mine.
But I also
Read it again.
You likely aren't going to heaven unless you physically break the surface of the water when you're baptized. Now, does this? If you think of the more traditional high liturgy baptisms, would if the priest pours the water on your head, is that breaking the surface of the water? Or no?
No.
We're talking about full immersion.
Full immersion, which would be Baptist.
Yeah.
Now, what tradition did you grow up?
Catholic.
Catholic.
Mackerel, snap, and papers.
Oh, so not even Christian. No, I didn't mean
It's
that.
a sect of Islam, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
What kind of Catholic? In New York?
Yeah, well, I grew up cradle Catholic, but I became an atheist at 13.
Okay.
And then I was brought back. The short version of it is I was brought back
By Ben?
By Ben.
Wow.
It's a really. They have very cool hats in that new form of Catholicism.
No wonder he gave you the watch. He said, welcome back. Dude. Welcome to heaven.
I was brought back in by a lapsed Catholic who became a megachurch evangelical Protestant in France, who then reverted to Catholicism, introducing me to the arguments made by a Calvinist analytic philosopher at a Catholic university, followed by C.S. Lewis, kind of a Protestant, into Chesterton, was a Protestant when he wrote Orthodoxy, became a Catholic, back to the Catholic Church.
And that's how you got here.
It was dizzying.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like religious trans. You don't know which one you are. You're always going back.
You finally settle.
Who are you?
You come back.
Yeah.
At the end of our travels, we arrive where we started.
Well, I did. I think after COVID, I did this series called First Time Visitor.
Yeah.
And I just went to every church. I went to all of them. Like, I want to just see.
Yeah.
I went to cowboy churches. I went to Pentecost dancing churches, black churches. I went all of them. Yeah. I go, I want to see which one. And everybody does baptism different.
Yes.
Now, so you're guessing me?
You got to guess me, I guess.
And read it again.
You likely are not going to heaven unless you physically break the surface of the water when you're baptized.
Okay, but that's a confusing question.
It's very confusing.
You're likely.
If you...
No. Meaning...
Well, and it's a kind of a double negative. No, you are...
You're likely not... I disagree with that. I'm saying
You're saying yes.
Yeah.
No, you are not less likely to go to heaven unless... Okay. Correct. I don't... full immersion versus pouring over doesn't change it for me. However, our Lord tells us you have to be baptized.
He does.
Some people today, they minimize the sacraments and even baptism.
Yep. And that's what you guys got a stranglehold on the
Pretty
sacraments.
Robust on the sacraments.
You're good. You're big sacrament energy.
Yes.
You're big sacraments over
But this is, in modernity, we say that all the physical
What's modernity?
We're swimming in it. No, the modern world.
Oh, modern. Okay,
We tend to believe that physical things don't matter. So we're iconoclasts. We now say the body doesn't matter. You can be a woman or whatever.
Yeah.
But
great point.
I think you have to be baptized.
Yeah. But we could do it, probably not with this. But I could baptize
with that,
with
yes.
this. Yeah. Because you were like, well, what is it? Is it full immersion? In the baby you were dunked?
I was. No? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how vigorous they were with me, but I at least did a little pouring on the head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, because they go, well, we don't like in Catholicism the grape juice or the wine becomes the blood.
Yes.
Yes.
And the host becomes the
yes. Blood. And I don't like I used to talk about how I don't like. I still have the God of the Old Testament. Yeah. He's still around.
Yeah.
And I know the judgment. He's gonna all that, but
he's the same God.
But when the rappers wear the cross necklaces, I go, I'd be careful with that.
Yeah.
I don't like.
I wouldn't take it lightly.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I go, you're you see, when Lil Nas X wore that, the Jesus on and I go, and the Jesus blood in the shoes, I go,
yeah.
You don't see, the miracles of the Bible and the God's, power and the cloud of smoke and the pillar. You don't see that, but I go, I would be careful with that.
Yes.
I don't know, does that make sense?
It does. It makes a lot of sense. Because There's actually a verse that is very like when
In your Bible or mine?
in the correct Bible. The only in Latin. Yeah. God is not mocked.
Yes.
So like when these guys look, I think if a rapper is kind of interested in the symbols of Christianity, it kind of leads him. That okay, good.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be like Little Nas X, twerking
directly,
he did the thing on the devil. You remember that? And I would. Who am I? But I would caution against it.
Did I still say, "Oh my gosh," just in case?
Yes, I certainly. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not catching me.
No.
Say, I feel like guys like I better have heard an SH on this.
In by a technicality.
I'm still like people are looser with the rules. You know, when I was growing up, and now there's R-rated movies that kids are watching, or they're like, they kind of don't respect authority anymore. I go, y'all, like, you're not gonna catch me on this.
That's
not.
fine.
I still take my hat off for a prayer.
Yeah, as you should. As you should.
Yeah.
You know what's coming back? Women wearing veils in church. Have you seen this?
Is it?
Yes. There was a whole article about it even.
Yeah.
So you know it's real.
Yeah, it has to be real.
Well, I've noticed it's all the young ladies.
Well, we need to get back. We need to get back a little bit to the show a little respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll still wear it. Now, if you, the tricky thing is at meals. So I pray before meals.
Yeah.
But eat a Mexican restaurant before chips?
Yeah. This is a big question.
Yeah. See, that should be the next question.
And especially, it's also like if you're sitting with people who are not believers.
Yeah.
Do you like what I prefer to do? Is scream the grace in their faces.
Got to, so they get it. Yeah,
they get it. Yeah, I think that's only.
Do you go before? Obviously, if they bring out bread, you're not praying before bread. You pray before the main course.
I think it is acceptable to pray before the main course. I will.
What if you're only getting appetizers?
Yeah, I pray before the bread generally. I pray. I will sometimes pray before eating like a jelly bean. I will call it a little
you're
scrupulous or something.
Yeah, but you get up there in the end. You go, well, glad I was safe.
Yeah. You're like, but Michael, what about all those other sins?
You're
like, oh, well, hold on. I thought, you noticed those?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Yeah.
We had pebble ice.
Yeah, I know. What about my slushie?
All right, my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. ChickfilA has been on a slow yet steady decline since they stopped allowing employees to hand make their lemonade.
Certainly.
Every city you go to, it seems like there's one popping up.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to work there, and I'm guessing this is a story where I was in charge of making the lemonade, and I got, it's 3 things in there.
Yeah. Water, lemon, sugar.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And ChickfilA, that's all you need, and they pray for it. Yeah, probably.
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Got the water, and I was 15 years old, by the way. Saturday afternoon, packed. Yeah. Got the water, got the lemonade. There's 3 people waiting at the counter. We need some, Couldn't find this third. Nowhere to be seen. I'm a new employee.
Uh-oh.
This is I go.
Let's go. Yeah, why not?
5 gallons.
Yeah.
You can't just.
Your forearm's clean.
Yeah, I got it in there. I got to mix it all up, and I went and said.
Did you have a glove on or anything?
No.
Just
short sleeve.
Short
sleeve.
Okay, all right, yeah. Wow.
You got a phrase for everything, but you weren't going to say raw dog.
I wasn't on this show.
I respect that.
We're trying to be a family program.
No, I don't think that's.
Now they use that phrase if you just fly on an airplane but don't watch a movie.
Yeah. Raw dog the flight.
Yeah. Have you done it?
Yeah, no.
I haven't done it.
No, that's crazy.
I once heard,
I would never
I'm not going to say who it was, that a very serious presidential candidate and governor of Florida, but I'm not going to say who, that he does that.
Is he related to me?
He might be.
Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah.
No. Same last name as me?
No, not that one.
Okay, all right, yeah.
No, that guy is so decadent. He'd probably be eating like.
That's what people think I'm related to. Yeah.
Oh,
he's old.
I would
Charlie Crist.
Yeah, I would never think so low of you.
Oh yeah.
No way. No chance.
No, they're on a steady decline. No, it's your turn.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. A woman will be the president.
Why is it?
I know, they're all the women questions.
Right.
A woman will be the president of the United States in our lifetime.
A woman will be president in our lifetime. And we're saying this before Mars, I guess.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You think
Mr. Davies, could you please give me another point?
You
No, I don't think so. I
don't think
understand.
so?
Look,
I agree,
yeah, I don't think
but I thought you would say yes.
the country is becoming decadent and ridiculous and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
However, I was talking to a female friend of mine, and
Breaking news.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
Wow.
she says, "You know, Michael, I know it's politically incorrect.
And yeah, I don't
I'm
think
not
you can
allowed
do
to
an
say
accent,
it."
but go ahead.
Now listen,
Yeah.
she's from Mexico.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know it's politically correct, but I don't want a woman to be president.
Yeah.
She said this to me.
Yeah.
And I think many people, including many women,
Yeah.
have that prejudice.
Yeah.
I think 2016 to 2024, you compare those two elections,
Yeah.
Trump won men by like one more point.
Okay. Yeah.
He won women
Yeah.
by, or he didn't, he Kamala lost support among women
Yeah,
by like 7 points.
Really?
Women did not, they're not voting for the lady.
Yeah.
Look, you can say
Hey.
that's good or bad. I'm just saying that's.
Talk to them. Talk to them.
Talk to the ladies.
So you think it won't happen?
I don't think, not yet. It could at some point.
Wouldn't you have thought that not in terms of those candidates, but in 2016, 2024, this culturally would have been the time.
Yeah, but except you got to remember, there's a gap between the elites who want to castrate your children and ordinary people.
Yeah.
And ordinary people are
Really,
they're not that progressive, actually.
Yeah.
They don't.
Turns out they look at their paycheck and go, "What's this being taken out of here?"
Yes.
They didn't really quite.
Think about the women, too. First of all, if Dragon Lady Hillary couldn't wrest that power from the men, I don't know that any other woman would. And the women who strive to be president, I don't think they're the most popular women, among men or women.
Interesting take. Yeah. They're not the ones that you want to hang with.
No. Queen Elizabeth? Oh, sure, I'd make her Queen of America, whatever. But
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
You want her on the show?
I
think I'm good.
Can someone get her?
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth? Yeah. But
It's an interesting point.
who would you pick?
Yeah, not that we've seen.
Well, luckily there won't be any more presidential elections now that Trump is back in.
Okay,
It'll go to Baron, Octavian.
And then we're going to get, somebody's going to dig this up in 40 years.
Yeah.
We told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
They're
they,
gonna dig this up.
or they might not even have genders.
That's true.
Yeah, they're going to hear.
Think about it this way, though. If they dig this up in 40 years,
Yeah.
and we're now several decades into Emperor Baron Octavian's reign, then we're going to look like geniuses.
Yeah, we're going to look like geniuses. And then just
That's
like
what I tell myself every day.
Just like our parents are like, dude, we got to shoot this 8-track tape. We're going to be like, okay, so there's this website called YouTube.
Yeah.
And they're like, what was it? I was like, okay, so like you could just upload, like,
You could anything.
first of all, you had to find internet. And they're like, so internet wasn't everywhere?
You'd be like,
No.
really, internet? You'd be like, yeah. So there was this thing called the
Okay.
internet,
All right.
and it was mostly
Yeah,
But there were
but
sometimes-
also,
card games that you could watch.
And there was the AOL, and then there was this website called YouTube.
Yeah.
And anybody could put whatever they want on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they couldn't just think it in AI and it would go up there.
They could do
had
anything
to,
they wanted, but it was mostly cat videos.
Yes, they had to film it and then go and then press upload, and it would take sometimes it would take an hour. They were like, what?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
They're just talking to us in like the glass jars
Yeah.
that we're preserved in, plugged into the matrix. Yeah.
We're still feeling good though. Australia finally did something right when they banned social media for kids under 16. Australia finally did something right when they banned social media for kids under 16.
Easy.
Easy.
That's not even
100%.
That was a weak question.
Yeah. That's a 10
Fine
out of
point
10.
for me, but a
Yeah.
weak question.
Who disagrees with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are a penal colony that they do all sorts of terrible things.
Yeah.
But that
We'll overlook that.
that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should, if anything, it should be like just a blanket.
Like, hey, you don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah, no phones, no
We didn't know
internet.
about it. Yeah. We didn't have. Yeah. You don't have anything.
No.
You can't be out here on the internet.
No.
But they can't. You can't buy a cigarette.
Yeah.
You can't vote.
Yeah.
You can't. What else can't you do? Get a tattoo?
I think giving your kid access to the internet, other than in the most circumscribed way, where like you're just over their shoulder while they do homework or whatever, I think it's child abuse.
Wow.
I think it's child because they're just gonna either, most likely they're just gonna look at porn, Less
They're gonna
likely
find it.
They're going to find it
They're
immediately.
going to find it. Yeah.
They're going to, but let's say they don't even get into the porn. They're going to be on social media. They're going to get all these kind of weird body issues, and they're going to talk to weirdos, and it's just, there's no good to come from that.
You could argue we shouldn't have it.
Yeah, true. You're right. You're
adults,
right.
dude.
Yeah,
And we're adults.
Why are we doing this show on the internet? That's
We should
insane.
have this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an interesting point. Yeah, I don't think 60. I mean, I didn't. When did you start? We were at the. You didn't have it at
I
16, did
remember
you?
getting my first computer, and I remember getting the internet. I was like 6 when we got the internet, dial-up, and then I had a MySpace. My user handle was something to the effect of Italian Stallion or something.
We're gonna find it.
We're
gonna look
it's
it
somewhere.
up. Yeah, Italian Stallion.
And then I had Facebook pretty quickly.
Yeah,
after,
really. But it's like 2000 what?
5-ish,
Okay, yeah.
6
When you
or
had to have
so.
a college.
Yeah,
email.
yeah. It was like they did. Then they brought it to high schools. Yeah.
But then you get, but like the idea that I remember being up, like with AOL, instant message. I think what they're talking about social media is like, we should not be conversing with criminals.
No.
Or like your kids, when you're talking about the internet, where you can, I think a kid could go on with some control YouTube.
Yeah, maybe.
Look at whatever, or maybe go, I don't know, with the parent watching.
Maybe the Michael Knowles show.
Yeah,
Top.
exclusively. Only anything from Daily Wire. But once you get it, I remember somebody like messaging me on Instant Messenger. And I was like, what is going on? It was like a woman, and I was like, wait.
It was not a woman, by the way.
Yeah. I've been chasing that high ever since. Talking to Matt. Matt said it was not a woman.
No, it was not.
What is a woman? It wasn't who you were talking
Certainly
about.
not.
For sure.
Many prescribed psychotropic drugs actually work by dampening the user's ability to sense spiritual realities. How would I answer that? Yes, only inclusively though, because they actually work by dampening your sense of everything.
A lot of
you
things.
just become insensitive.
Yeah.
But part of that is grappling with spiritual reality. So I'm not saying it dampens your ability to see demons or something.
Yeah.
It just deadens your perception of everything.
Like who cares about what people say about me on Twitter?
Yeah.
I now care about nothing.
I care about nothing.
Yeah, this is not
I've
a
never
heightened-
been happier.
Yeah, this
I
is not a
can't feel
heightened
anything.
Yeah.
Those
Hey,
are bad. Those, 1 in 5 women are on those drugs.
Really?
Yes. 1 in 5 women.
Why,
and,
what is included in them?
you
I
know,
thought it was
like
just
all the
mushrooms.
antidepressants.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm
Oh.
not saying like LSD or something.
Yeah.
But like the antidepressants, all the heavy
Oh,
psych drugs.
psychotropic drugs.
Yeah.
That's
Not
an
psychedelic.
antidepressant?
Yeah.
You said psychedelic.
I want to go back to the tape. I believe I said psychotropic.
Okay, all right. Then I'm
the
actually,
psychedelic
I was
drugs.
thinking, yeah.
I don't know. In some cases, I wonder if they actually open one up to spiritual realities that maybe you shouldn't be open to.
You shouldn't be, All right, so the antidepressants is what you're talking about.
Yeah. All
And then
that
you're
stuff.
just kind of, like your sex drive is limited, and you're just kind of,
every feeling.
it's just a little dim. But you're not going to kill yourself.
Yes,
But they
maybe.
just...
Except the side effect of these drugs is that you kill yourself.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Isn't that,
Again, it could come back to picking up the phone, calling your dad.
In that case, it like legitimately does.
Yeah.
And even, I was talking to my wife about this. I'm not knocking all of psychiatry and psychology and everything.
Gosh, dude, that's so crazy. Yeah.
The conversation I was having with my wife was, it's not that all psychology is, there's something to psychology.
Yeah.
It's just because in modern atheist life, we got rid of confession. Like you no longer confess your sins to a minister of God.
Gosh,
So you just like talk to some guy.
Yeah.
And you're like, my
Same
dad he didn't hug me enough. And then they're like, great, here are some drugs.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just a sad replacement for sacrament, I think.
I'm not Catholic, but I've long since said that the Catholic Church does have that figured out.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, you got to talk to a minister, and you might know him from week to week, or I don't know how it actually works out.
Throw your voice if you have a radio show.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah. But in when that is it called a sacrament? What's it called?
And the sacrament.
A confession
of
is a
reconciliation.
sacrament. Yeah. That you go. I mean, I've been in counseling, or they're just like, hey, just write it down and burn it.
Yeah.
Meaning what? Get it out of here.
Yes.
And then you usually find that you tell a buddy and he goes, oh, yeah. Maybe he doesn't say same, but he goes, oh, yeah, I knew. And you go, what? So this isn't
It's not just me.
Yeah, and then you can go down the process. If you can't tell somebody, there's things you can do before that, and then you tell somebody. And now, if you've been in the practice of it, there's no shame in it.
That's the other thing.
And that may be what the depression was the.
Yes. Yeah, because that's what that.
Yeah, we should start something.
This is what.
We should start up. I was gonna say cult, but
Yeah.
I think that's how it
Finally.
goes. Yeah.
This is where all of this ends, I think. I've said it before, but I'm not the first to observe it.
Yeah.
The devil always tells you right when you're about to sin, he's like, "Oh, just sin. It's no big deal."
Yeah.
And then the minute you sin, he's like, "Ha ha!
Gotcha.
You'll never be forgiven."
Bad person.
But it's truly, if you at a
That's
psychological level, if you
crazy,
just
dude.
say it,
That's it. No, you're not wrong. And then you go, hey, I have lied, cheated, stolen. Should I verbalize those things? No. Take this. Really?
Right.
And I'm saying this to myself.
Yes.
Louder. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm saying this that you go, we're the same.
Yeah.
That you go, hey, if like I was at the Taylor Swift concert. I went down in New Orleans, and it was great. And everybody in there was somehow the victim, or that they're struggling, or some guy, this and that. And I'm sitting in a seat that's $3,000.
Yeah.
I go,
You got the cheap seat.
Yeah, and I'll go, hey, pause the show really quick. Pause the show. Everybody here, or I know you're all crying about, hey, you're doing great.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Guys,
Dude. You're doing great. Dude. Just a quick celebrate. You're doing very well. Very, very well. Let's just keep that in mind before we're all
little perspective here.
Let me just, and that's oftentimes when somebody goes, they get off the internet, go to, my buddy right now is in Africa, and he goes, dude, I have no problems.
Yeah.
Compared to.
Yeah, like I heard in Africa, some of the latte machines
don't
even froth the milk properly.
Unbelievable.
Can you imagine?
What are we doing here?
I know.
No, this is wild. It would be more difficult to be a practicing Christian at Yale University than a practicing homosexual at Sanford University, where I graduated from. Hold on. Let me read that again with a straight face. Sorry, look at that. Yeah.
Well, hold on. My producer also went to Sanford and is very much a practicing homosexual. So, can you read it just so I have it?
Okay. He's like, no, I'm not saying for me. Okay, it would be more difficult to be a practicing Christian at Yale University than a practicing homosexual at Sanford University, which is a Baptist college in Alabama. And before we get into this, I feel like you or me need to say what practicing is.
Yeah, someone who...
What are you practicing?
You would have to say who has a robust religious life. Not just, praying in your own head, but actually doing the things that attain to religion.
Okay, so you're not having alcohol in your dorm.
You might if you're Catholic. It's actually required.
It depends on what. Yeah, depends on what. Yeah, you're going to church.
Going to church.
You got a Bible. You're carrying a Bible with you. You're praying in the cafeteria. You're praying before meals.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
And what is a practice?
You're trying not to sin. You're
Oh, mostly that. I was just doing. You're trying to follow the book.
Yeah.
And what is a practicing homosexual doing?
Well, I don't. Do I have a chalkboard or anything? I think I'm not an expert, believe it or not, even though I went to Yale. But
oh, you did.
I did.
Oh,
but I was an atheist, so I wasn't really.
They should have been practicing atheists.
Yeah. That's pretty easy. Actually.
It would be more difficult to be a practicing Christian at Yale than a practicing homosexual at Sanford.
No, and here's why. Well, you tell me your answer. Did I get it right? I think it's harder to be a practicing homosexual.
Yes.
Even though at Yale it's required to be a practicing homosexual, some people still avoid it. The reason is that if you're a Christian, you have the benefit of grace, and grace strengthens you in the virtues and all the rest. Whereas at Sanford, I imagine they're pretty strict on the weird stuff. Yeah,
and you might get away with having a rainbow koozie.
Yeah.
But that's about as far as that.
Is that a euphemism?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Nice.
The old rainbow koozie.
They worked again, dude.
Back when my uncle was in Vietnam, he had a few rainbow koozies. Okay. The real reason excavation of Göbekli Tepe was stopped after 5% completion is because it's connected to Noah's Ark, constructed post-flood.
What do you mean constructed post-flood?
I have no idea what he meant by that, so I'm going to leave off.
What do you mean? Noah's Ark. Let's just say Noah's Ark.
Let's just say Noah's Ark and
Okay,
pretend that this was written in a coherent way.
No.
The answer is no, because Noah's Ark is in
Turkey.
Kentucky, I thought.
I messed up your joke, dude. I messed up
Wasn't
your
it Kentucky?
shoot, dude.
Yeah.
That's the real one.
But Göbekli Tepe I thought that was in Turkey. Is that not?
It is. I think it is.
It is. So then would you answer? I don't think it's connected to Noah's Ark, but I don't think that's why it was stopped, at least.
Yeah.
Do you think that is why?
I do not. There's always those documentaries.
Yeah.
They were like, look at this board
Yeah.
from a satellite. It looks like, and I go back to the miracles of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Many people witnessed. You walked across the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Got to the other side. You go, nah, I don't think it's real.
Yeah.
They started complaining as soon as they got there.
Yeah.
You know, the people witnessed you saw
Yeah.
the holes in Jesus' hands, and you go, I don't think so.
Right. 5 seconds later, you're saying.
You go, and the unbelievable miracles of the New Testament, they witnessed them in person.
Yes.
And they still go. So I've long since said, if we found that thing,
Yes.
it would solidify it for me.
Yes.
It would not.
It would be, they do this.
It would not.
There was a headline just the other day about this, what Jesus really looked like. And whenever you see past tense, you're dealing with a big lib atheist, a non-believer. But what do they always do? They always say, so I think we have pretty good images of our Lord. I think we have a good idea of what our Lord looks like, because we have the Shroud of Turin, which strikes me as miraculous, but we have pretty consistent depictions of our Lord throughout history, going back to antiquity, and they roughly look the same. And then the libs always basically concoct a picture of a monkey on AI or something, and they say, no, and you say, why do you think that's what our Lord looks like? And they say, well, because he was a Palestinian. They say that's because we found a random skull in the ground, and we say it looks like, I don't know, there are 15 people in this room. We all look the same. You're going to find our skulls. So they always do this.
And what conclusions are you going to draw from it?
Right.
That we found this, or we found.
Also, whenever they reconstruct it, and they always make him look like an orangutan or something. They don't. It's obviously.
And he looks like Mel Gibson.
Or Jim Caviezel.
Yeah, Jim Caviezel.
Jim Caviezel. No.
Yeah, I messed that one.
Wallace was the one who looked like Mel Gibson.
Yeah. I mean, there's people that saw the pulling the coin out of the donkey's mouth.
Yes.
And then they go, I don't believe it.
Right. It happens in people's lives. People experience miracles.
Yeah.
And then they 5 seconds later they say, oh, well, never mind.
Including me and you, by the way.
Yes, that's right.
Including me and
5
you,
seconds later, you're just like, so where can I sin again?
Yeah.
Can I go sin?
Yeah, they're like, we don't, God's not healing anybody that can't walk anymore. Yeah, because doctors do that 1,000 times a day.
Yeah. And also sometimes people miraculously heal.
And that's a miracle.
Yes.
Yeah, that you're like, dude, the people, real talk, and it's funny that I've been sober for 5 years.
I've been sober for 5 seconds.
Is a miracle.
Yes, yeah.
It is.
Right.
Nobody can tell me that that's not a miracle.
I didn't realize this until I have buddies who are recovering addicts and alcoholics and stuff. And I always used to think when they'd say in AA or whatever, you can't do this without a higher power. And I was an atheist. I was like, yes, it's just you. Take some credit for yourself, whatever. And then when I matured and actually spoke to people who have been through this and actually experienced my own, attempts at growth and virtue and experience of grace, you realize, you couldn't. You would be a drop-down drunk without God's grace.
Let alone without just like I said, social media, just let anything run its course.
Yes.
It leads, you will die.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure there's a verse about that.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a couple verses about that. All right, here we go. When you think about it, most of Trey Kennedy's bits are basically the white woman version of blackface.
Wow.
Wait, hold on.
Whoa, wow, read that again.
When you think about it, most of Trey Kennedy's jokes are basically the white woman version of blackface. Who's guessing? You are.
I'm guessing your answer.
Yeah. No.
No, what are you talking about?
Do you
Really?
think so?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
But
think it's appropriation?
I don't see it as necessarily a problem for a comedian to make jokes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
okay.
I'm not making any specific claims about it.
Well,
but as a general rule, I support comedians making jokes.
Yeah, same.
So even
do I.
if that were the description, I'm not necessarily
Well, you just got to think about what. Well, and I do it the same. Is that who's consuming the product? White women.
Yes.
So they've clearly signed off on it.
Yes.
Same with me. All the jokes I make about Christianity, they've clearly signed off of it. They're the ones at the show.
Yeah.
But I will say, how far do you go if you were impersonating a woman? You do like, oh my God, girl, yes. Okay, you do that. Some people will go, I'll wear a wig.
Yeah.
Some people go, I'll wear a wig, I'll wear a dress.
Some people say, I'll have the surgery.
Some people go, I'll wear the dress, I'll stuff my bra. Like and it's where do you draw the line?
Well, to me, it seems to depend on the propriety of the joke.
Yep.
One time I was driving, there was some blackface non-controversy that was going on. And I got in a
non-controversy.
It was
Did you make that up?
I will take credit for it.
I like that. Can I use that?
It's a good. You can steal it.
I'm going to say
I
it's
stole
from
it,
you.
too. Good.
Yeah,
Credit
non-controversy.
me.
That's a non-controversy. I like that.
So I get in an Uber in L.A.
Yep.
And my driver's a black guy.
Okay.
But I knew he was a conservative because he was driving a Cadillac and had like an American flag somewhere.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're driving around and something about blackface came on the radio.
Yeah.
And I said, oh yeah, you saw that blackface scandal? He goes, oh man, I don't care. Like if it's in good fun.
Ask them.
Yeah, right. And I think, it's mostly angry white liberals who are making a big deal out of this.
To keep it going.
To keep it going.
Like there's a kid that like dressed up as like his favorite black football player.
Yeah.
And painted he loves that player.
Yes.
Yeah. What? Yeah. They usually like, well, he's not doing that. He's not doing it in malice.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when I dressed up as Malcolm X.
Yeah, it's not in malice.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
That's right. Yep.
Malcolm X is a good one. You know who I wouldn't dress up as? Jesus.
I would not.
I know. Okay.
But Jim Caviezel did. He's making a movie.
Because I've done a bunch of bits about the disciples and Bible characters, and Jesus and Mary.
Yes. Right.
I go.
Right. Yes. Both.
And everybody was human in the Bible. So imagine if, my parents told me when I was going to get to heaven, I was going to meet them.
Yeah.
That I was going to meet, Goliath. Not right, Goliath, he's in hell.
Yeah, probably.
I was going to meet David or whoever, right? That you go, I saw that bit you did about me and it was funny.
Yeah.
I go, I'm not, just like the cross necklace or the oh my gosh. I go, for some views,
No.
And I see it every now and then, and I go, I
don't
just
think
wouldn't.
I'm not doing a bit
Like dress
about our Lord
No.
or his mother.
No,
thanks.
Just like, I see people from Halloween dressed up as Jesus, or down at the beach, or I go, that.
Yeah.
I can't say you shouldn't do it, but I go.
Unless I'm acting in persona Christi, I don't think so.
You're on your own on that one.
Gender reveals are a way for couples to signal that they should be avoided as friends at all costs, without question. Well, is that fair? I'll give you the point, because that was my gut reaction.
Okay, yeah.
But they all do it now.
Yeah.
They all do it, including, look, some are murderers, but some I assume are good people.
Yeah.
And some are, I think, I assume, good people.
Yeah.
But I don't like the gender reveal.
If Trump is like, the panel appointments.
Yeah.
Me and you, gender reveals. Send it to us.
Yeah.
We decide. We'll give you the stamp of approval. Because my sister-in-law had one, and we were down at the beach, and I knew the guy that had the helicopter. Yeah. I got him to fly over and put out the confetti or whatever, and it was great. I did it for her.
Okay.
But if you're saying, hey, come to my house on Saturday afternoon, when the game's on, by the way, and we're going to sit in our backyard and we're going to fill out a Q&A.
Forget about the Q&A.
What do you think it's going to be?
What they do is they just blow things up, and then people die.
Oh, yeah.
How many people
forest
have died
fires,
at gender
forest
reveals?
fires.
Yeah, explosives.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I say, go ahead and do it. Yeah. But just like whatever gender, that kid better go on to be successcul.
Yeah.
That kid better go on to be successful.
No, this is I actually think, I told my wife, I had a buddy who, for his first or second kid, he went to the bakery, gave the test results. The baker did like a blue icing or something.
Sure.
And I said, oh, that's kind of cute. I told my wife I want to do that. She goes, absolutely not. That's gauche and ridiculous. I'm not doing that, Mac.
It's what ridiculous?
Gauche. I don't know if she actually said gauche. But
What is that?
It's the French word.
Oh, gauche and ridiculous. Okay, got it. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
And so she said, absolutely not, Mac. And but I kind of like the idea of it. However,
I like celebrating things.
yeah, but I don't want
into
to.
it.
Yeah, I like and whimsy. And,
Yeah.
But I don't want to get my head blown off.
No, I don't want to get my, I said, I just, in general, and this doesn't count because this is our job. This, is this for the internet?
This is for the internet.
No, is this gender reveal for the internet?
Oh,
Is it
yes.
for you?
For
the like, cause have you ever seen like a, I saw it the other day, like a kid's birthday party. I was like, this kid hates this.
Yeah.
This kid is not enjoying this.
Yeah.
Like it's for, you went over the top of the decor and then they're like, tag all these businesses that help. I go, oh, this is for the internet.
That's awful.
This is for the internet,
I'll go a step further.
not the kid.
No kids on social media. Not accessing social media.
Yeah.
I mean, people should not post their kids to social media
Until,
until they're 25. I don't know.
they can decide.
They don't want to.
Yeah.
Why does I think about this.
Yeah.
Or
using them for likes is
likes.
tough.
So
It's
that
tough.
some stranger. By the way, there's going to be some creep out there. There's
Yeah.
going to be. It's the internet.
It's the internet.
Some creep is good. Why do you want some stranger looking
The
at your
internet
kid?
is. I think that everything came around, and then when the radio came out, I'm sure they were like, "This is right."
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like you just can't have these influences coming into your house. You don't know
Yes.
what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
Right. TV came out. I can't believe you just have all these channels.
Yeah.
The internet came out. Social media came out. I do have great hope in the future that they will figure it out.
Yeah, I
That
hope
they
so.
go, I can't believe back in like 2020s that we were just letting everybody on it.
Post their 5-year-olds on Instagram so that mommy can feel
Wild.
the adrenaline rush of her high school sweetheart
See ya.
commenting on it or something.
I'm making them jealous.
Yeah.
Men, this is a good one. Good one to end on. Men should never take a paternity leave. Not because there's anything wrong with taking care of the family, but because you don't want people to think you're a lesbian. Okay, I didn't read the end of that, dude. Hold on. Who's guessing?
You got to guess what I think.
Men should never take a paternity leave, not because there's anything wrong with it, but because they don't want people to think you're a lesbian.
Does any more need to be said?
I think that's it.
I think that's
That about covers it.
self-evident.
Yeah. Imagine. I mean, we got makeup on for this.
Yeah.
So we don't really qualify to speak on.
And I'm wearing stilettos. Just
Yeah.
comfort.
You can't see it, but
Yeah.
I don't think if you're in a coal mine.
Yeah.
Are you say, fellas? I'll be back in April.
I got to go chest feed.
My baby's having a
I
baby.
don't think so.
I take the time if they're paying for it. I'll take the time, but I'm going to play golf.
Yeah, well,
You
this
can
is
do
the
it.
problem.
Yeah, if you're getting paid for it.
This is the other real problem.
Yeah.
I've taken hours of paternity leave.
Yeah.
And
Multiple.
We scheduled my wife's most recent delivery. It was
Yeah.
a C-section.
Around
We
this
scheduled
show?
Around the show.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. And I came in and I did the show. And
I
then
was joking.
The next morning, we scheduled it. It was like, it's supposed to be Sunday.
Yeah.
How about we do Monday, then you can do
Yeah,
the show.
yeah.
We did it, and then I did a second film shoot, and then I went back to the hospital. And
Yeah.
so maybe that's an extreme, but part of me says, what was I going to do? She's in the hospital.
What are you
with
gonna
all the
do?
nurses. She
Yeah.
told me, go away for a few hours.
No, you
And then
think-
I stay
yeah.
home for, I'm going to change
We don't
diapers.
want you here. Hey,
Yeah.
actually, you know what would be helpful? Go to work, make us some money, and send me a nanny.
Yes.
Not you.
Yeah.
You have clearly shown your best contribution to this family
Yes.
is in the coal mine. The coal mine.
Correct.
Yeah.
The-
Not here helping you make a bottle.
What am I'll just mess that up.
Yeah.
And then, so if I go out and make the money,
Yeah.
if I work extra hard,
Yeah.
I can maybe afford one night of a night nurse. Have you heard,
Yeah.
you know night nurses?
Uh-huh.
Have you,
Yeah.
did you ever? Night nurses, it is the most lucrative profession on
Yeah.
the face of the earth.
Yeah.
They make $100 million an hour.
And they come in overnight.
Yes, and they sleep for a lot of the night.
Gosh, dude. Yeah. And they're probably.
But it is a tough job because
Yeah.
then the baby wakes up and you
My buddy said that he said before he got married, and I don't know if take it or leave it. He said before he got married, he's a businessman. He said, "Hey, babe, look, if I have an hour free,
yeah.
everybody, you're not going to want me fixing the toilet, hanging the mirrors, doing the laundry. If I can do an hour of work on this computer, I will make this family millions of dollars. I will never cut the grass. But I will always have enough money we would pay for have someone. And they shook hands, and they never talked about it again.
This is what I tell my wife. I say, you don't want me hanging the pictures or fixing the
No.
toilet. Because if I can go do 1 hour of work at Daily Wire's wages, I can bring home $13 to $14 before taxes.
If Ben approves.
And if Ben
approves.
sends me my check.
From
this
guy.
We can hire an illegal alien and lock him up in our home and never let him out.
And we just show him what to do. We can't speak the same language.
No.
I think we solved it, brother.
Who won?
It's tied right now?
Who runs this show?
I have no idea.
I work so hard around
it's a lot of
here
pressure.
to read what people put me on the. Do we have a tiebreaker?
We do not have a tiebreaker question.
All right, ready?
You have to answer for John on that question because he answered for you.
Forget about that. You've done enough, Mr. Davies.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 2 out of 3.
You want to do it? Yeah. 2 out of 3.
And on shoot.
All right.
Rock, paper,
1, 2,
scissors,
3,
shoot.
shoot. All right.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes! Let's go, baby. Come on, dude. I was in your head the whole time, dude. Oh, my.
You were in my head the whole time.
I was in your head the whole time, dude. Has anyone ever beat you
Once or twice.
in the show?
I've never done that in the show.
Oh,
that was because of the producer error.
Yeah, producer error.
That was devastating.
Yeah, there's people are going to come up to me in public, and they were like, dude, I go, how'd you find out about me? They go, yes or no.
Yeah, obviously.
Michael Knowles.
Where else?
When you beat him. Yeah.
John, I
an honor,
guess I
sir.
would say thank you for coming in. It was extremely well done. Go see John's tour, Jokes for Humans.
Let's do it. Starting in February.
February.
We're back.
See you next time.
That was great. That was hilarious.